Welcome back. Training to be a major league umpire mirrors player development in a lot of ways. And the first step to making it to the bigs is going on right now at the Urban Youth Academy. Kansas City is one of only 4 cities here in America where the camps are happening. That means aspiring umpires from around the world are learning and competing. Fox 4's Carrie Wickersham is live there at the Urban Youth Academy to tell us a little bit more about the process. Carrie?
Hey, good morning. So you can see it going on behind us, some strong, loud voices. If you live in the area of 18th and Vine, where the Urban Youth Academy is in this area, you probably hear it from your rooftops right now. And this is Bill Welke. He was a former major league umpire for years and years. But I think when we think about umpires, we think about fights. We think about confrontations. You've been in a few of those. What's the worst thing that's happened to you?
Well, I was a very young call-up umpire. I was working in Seattle, and Lou Piniella, who has a history of being very aggressive with umpires on the field. He came out to argue a play at second base on ESPN Sunday Night Baseball, and Lou was very, let's say, dissatisfied with my call, and he put on a show, and including laying on the ground and tried to kick me in the shin, missed and kicked my pants leg. And I was just a young kid working in the big leagues, and I was like, wow, what did I sign up for? But now I got a lot more gray hair. My career's over. And I've had a lot of interesting arguments over the years.
Bill, how do they train for that? How do they train you to stand there and take it when someone is kicking at you and screaming in your face?
That's a really good question, Carrie. It all starts right here today, because we're looking for prospects that want to be major league umpires, and from here they'll advance on to our full umpire camp at Vero Beach in January. But the path for the umpire is the same path as it is for a player. Rookie ball, low A, high A, double A, triple A, and then you hope to get scouted by the big league supervisors to get a chance to work in the big leagues. So how you train for it is you just go out and do it at these levels and get better at it. And you make mistakes and you learn from them. We're not always going to handle things right. You try to learn lessons from it, not repeat it, and try a different strategy. But nothing beats experience.
Well, it's a grind. And you and your brother both made it to the bigs as umpires.
We did. My brother Tim umpired 32 and a half years in the American League. And then when we combined in 2000 in the major leagues, I followed in his footsteps. He left home when I was 8 years old. And so I've been a fan of the umpire since I was 8, and I was fortunate enough to follow in his footsteps. I got in the game. I made it to the major leagues in 1999. I was fortunate enough to work on his crew for 3 years. My mom and dad could turn on the TV and turn up. My mom was a Tigers fan, Detroit Tigers fan. She could turn on the TV and see 2 of her sons out there working on the same crew, or the family would come to the game and they could see 2 of us working together.
That is absolutely amazing. So I've always wondered, when you see a manager or a player yelling at an umpire, some of them get thrown out and some of them don't get thrown out. Is there some sort of imaginary, what do you have to do to get thrown out?
Another really good question. Generally, the basic rule is if it's personal, right? If we have somebody that a manager or coach or a player that's out of control, but he can maintain a certain amount of professionalism and not be insulting. Unfortunately, a long time ago, 120 years ago, somebody decided it was okay for players and managers to argue with umpires. Someday I'd like to meet that guy and have a conversation with him, because I'm not a fan of it. But as long as they don't personalize it, generally you'll let an argument take place. But the minute if a guy says that's a dingleberry call, you would go, okay. But if he goes, you're a dingleberry, that earns you an automatic ejection.
Oh my gosh! So all of this, all of the screaming,
the screaming,
kicking,
the spitting, the kicking, any of those things, automatic ejections. A lot of it happens after they're ejected. They know that they're ejected from the game, and then they want to get their money's worth. Because they're going to get fined for getting ejected from the game anyway. And you kind of can't blame them. We know the fans like it. We know it's part of the job. But as umpires, we have to make sure we always stay above the fray. We have to maintain our professionalism. We can't lower ourselves to the name calling. We're in charge with the integrity of the game. So we're out here to teach these young umpires the fundamentals to have a successful umpiring career.
I've never been thrown out, but you're a dingleberry.
You're done.
Okay, first time for everything. Carrie Wickersham, Fox 4 News. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Carrie. Alex.